Team Unity launched their political campaign on Tuesday night with a virtual meeting introducing all 11 candidates contesting the June 5th elections.
Give us another opportunity to continue the work that we started. Do not turn back the clock, because all of you know what was.
Come election day on June 5th, 2020, that you will return Team Unity to government.
On a serious note, could you imagine changing a government at this time? Could you?
What he did, he went to the IMF begging for $225 million to pay civil servants, to get toilet paper in our hospital. And when we came in, we said that shame must never be with us.
Political parties in St. Kitts and Nevis have resorted to social media to conduct their public meetings and political campaign in light of the social distancing rules brought about by COVID-19. Also hosting a public meeting on Tuesday night was the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party.
I'm full confident. My colleagues are full confident. And the people of Sunny Point should be full confident that Kenny Douglas, that man, a son of the soil in Sunny Point, Kenny Douglas.
The representative only delivered 5 homes in 5 years. And I said to you, I will finish the West Street housing development. You can count on me for that, my good people.
And make sure we restore the beauty down by the chimney in camps. There are many people who live in camps in the gut side still that must have an opportunity to own a home.
That the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party will fight for freedom and will ensure that we have a democratic government, that all of you can vote and vote in a free and fair elections. And before they say I'm inciting anything, they know that the word fight is really a metaphor.
Nomination day for the June 5th elections will be Wednesday, May 27th. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. Leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, Dr. Denzel Douglas, has alleged that there are plans by the Team Unity government to fly in its supporters from overseas to vote in the June 5th elections, despite the international borders being closed since late March in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Douglas was addressing journalists at the Labour Party press conference on Monday.
And now we are hearing that persons will be brought back. We are hearing that students will be brought back home from New York and from the North America in general. That one flight could arrive tomorrow, but we do not know. However, again, we advance the point that if people from outside are going to come home as citizens, which they have the right to do, and they exercise their right to vote for the Team Unity, so too must citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis who would have come home and who would want to exercise their right to vote for the Labour candidates, they too must be allowed to exercise that franchise.
With ports of entry in St. Kitts and Nevis being closed, questions are being asked whether overseas voters would be allowed to enter the country to participate in the elections. Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, Marcella Liebert, told members of the media Monday that she is not convinced that the elections will be a level playing field for all the contesting parties, and she outlined her concerns.
Failure to resolve the unequal boundary situation after 5 years. The burning of Steve Ransford's office. Dr. Jeffrey Hanley's constituency office has been vandalized on at least 3 occasions. Honorable Marcel Leibert's campaign boards were torn down only last night. The supervisor of elections, Mr. Elvin Bailey's attempt to leave with the ballot box in his car during the Nevis by-election. Now the supervisor of elections, Mr. Elvin Bailey, has rejected presiding and returning officers whom Harris believes to be Labour supporters. The outgoing regime, and Harris in particular, is desperate for victory, and they are panicking. So desperate people will do desperate things. We must all remain vigilant and keep putting pressure on Harris and the Attorney General and hold them to account over the coming days.
On the matter of international election observers, Ms. Librard said she would prefer a combination of international and local observers.
Both would be good, because you need people on the ground who understand the community, as well as you need the international observers who will be more experienced in carrying out these missions where elections are being held. So we would want the international observers to be here, but we're saying in the event that that is not possible based on what the government is saying, we would want to have somebody or some group from the civil society who we both can decide on who would then oversee these elections, because we have seen already what Dr. Harris is capable of and all of the things that have been going on at the electoral office over time.
Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris on Monday announced Election Day for June 5th and Nomination Day on the 27th of May. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. It's official. Election Day in St. Kitts and Nevis will be Friday, June 5th. Nomination Day on Wednesday, May 27th. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris made this announcement on Monday in a 12:30 p.m. national address.
His Excellency has advised me that today, Monday the 18th May 2020, he will appoint returning officers in all 11 constituencies in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, pursuant to the National Assembly Elections Act. His Excellency has further advised that writs of election will be issued for the election of members to serve in the National Assembly. The date for nomination of candidates will be Wednesday, the 27th May 2020, and those of you who are registered will vote for the candidate of your choice on Election Day, which is Friday the 5th June 2020.
Dr. Harris said they will rely on the health experts to hold elections while keeping the public safe.
Elections are required at this time, even in a time of a state of emergency. There are emergency regulations which we are advised are reasonably justified in a democratic society and in the context of the corona pandemic. The experts have advised that COVID-19 will continue for an indefinite period. In some respects, this election will be different because of the rules in place to combat the virus. We will continue to rely on our health experts to guide us in the way in which we can carry out our constitutional obligation to hold free and fair elections while keeping our people safe.
He listed the achievements of his government over the past 5 years.
Because of the tough decisions we took, St. Kitts and Nevis is best placed in the Caribbean to recover. At this time, we have had no deaths, no one hospitalized, and 14 out of 15 positive cases have nicely recovered. Together, we have accomplished much throughout our first term. The introduction of the Poverty Alleviation Program has made a real difference to those on lower incomes, providing crucial assistance to them. We have delivered over 3,000 housing solutions, and we will not stop there, I can assure you. Our homes are also bigger and better than before. We also undertook the most significant public sector investment in our country's history. This includes the construction of the second cruise pier, the $69 million resurfacing of the Island Main Road, and the reconstruction of the Old Road Bay to alleviate the long-standing dangers that were posed to travelers, just to name a few projects.
Dr. Harris said that virtual public meetings will be held in keeping with social distancing rules. Last week, Wednesday, Dr. Harris announced that he advised the Governor General to dissolve Parliament on Tuesday. Parliament was to be dissolved last Thursday. With the announcement of the election's date, political campaigning will now be in full force, but will somewhat be tempered with a heavy reliance on technology considering the COVID-19 restrictions. St. Kitts and Nevis is the first country in the Caribbean and to a great extent in the world to have elections in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. Audrey Huey, Skn Newsline.
In these stressful times, you need relief, a way to release your stress and care for your health. You need Serenity. Yes, Serenity Mobile Spa, where we come to your home and offer the very best in massage and spa treatment. Your health is our priority as we practice the highest hygiene procedures before, during, and after your treatment. Choose from massages to meet your physical needs, scrubs, facials, waxing, and much more. We also provide our customers a complimentary serving of refreshing local coconut water with each massage. During these restricted times, we urge our customers to stay healthy. We will come to you.
Call us at 762-0157 or 760-8899. Find us on Facebook, Serenity Mobile Spa St. Kitts, or email us at serenitymobilespa869@gmail.com.
Serenity Mobile Spa.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
Get the finest in Pandora jewelry at Noble Jewelers, Fort Zante. Like our Facebook page and get special offers. Noble Jewelers, your Pandora store, Port Zante.
The People's Action Movement, PAM, the largest partner in the coalition government, has confirmed it will be contesting 5 seats in the June 5th elections, one less than it contested in 2015. In a press release, party leader Sean Richards said PAM's national executive approved the candidacy of 5 representatives who will contest constituencies 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8. The party said it endorsed the candidacy of 1 delegate from its sister organization, the People's Labour Party, PLP, to represent the coalition in constituency number 6 for this election. That candidate, unveiled on Monday, is Mr. Kevin Ninky Williams. Mr. Richards said the party, in order to protect and expand on the achievements of the past 5 years, will sharpen its campaign focus to enable its candidates and those of its sister parties to avail themselves of the best chances of success on election day. Mr. Richards said the party, for this reason, slightly modified its campaign approach so that it is better positioned to retain all 4 constituencies that it secured in 2015, while at the same time strategically targeting others that its data indicate as potential victories. Based on that data, the PAM leader said they are eyeing constituency number 2, which was at last held by Marcella Liebert of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party. Mr. Richards said that they're confident of retaining the seats gained in the 2015 elections to remain the largest single block of representatives in the National Assembly. Candidates contesting seats for the People's Action Movement are Sean Richards, Lindsey Grant, Eugene Hamilton, Ian Liebert, and Janelle Powell. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. Billboards that were placed on lampposts in central Bastyr were vandalized on Monday night. Images on social media show the lamppost billboards dumped on the side of the road. It is alleged that the perpetrators were arrested, but police, up to Newstime Tuesday, have not verified if any arrests were made. Ms. Liebert addressed the incident at a Labour Party press conference on Monday.
I got several calls last night saying that the boards that we put up just yesterday afternoon have been taken down. And so we investigated the matter and realized that it was true. What I would say to the young men, I just want to say this to the young men. Do not allow anyone to encourage you or pay you to engage in wrongdoing. Do not allow them to do that. Because the very persons who are doing that to you, disrespecting you in that way, they would never put their family members or their close friends to do the same thing that they want you to do. So don't do that. At the same time, I would want to say that I have the same right like anybody else to have my boards up there. John L. Powell had his boards up there for weeks, nobody studying them. For weeks. But as soon as I put up mine, somebody is organized to take them down. This just cannot be right.
Inspector Cromwell Henley at the NOC daily briefing on Tuesday urged persons working for political parties to respect each other's promotional material.
Do not engage in the removal or defacing of property mounted in public spaces. The police will enforce the law if persons are found in violation.
Ms. Liebert is being challenged by People's Action Movement Chairman Jonell Powell. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline.
Hey, scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are Skn Newsline Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing, a comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
Former Chief Medical Officer Dr. Patrick Martin has questioned the rationale in having weekend 24-hour lockdowns in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In a recent interview on Let's Talk St. Kitts Nevis on Skn Newsline's sister radio station, Voice of the Caribbean Radio, Dr. Martin said the continued 24-hour lockdown is not based on scientific reasoning.
I don't know what data the advisors, the technocrats are looking at that justifies 24-hour curfew on 2 weekends in between opening. You know, it almost sounds like Andre, you're cooking a pot, you put it on, after about 5 minutes you take it off, turn off the fire and go about your business and then come back 2 hours later to put back on the fire, turn it off. It is on again, off again, 24/7 curfew is not making any scientific sense to me, especially since CMO said that the first wave has been contained.
Dr. Martin believes that St. Kitts Nevis can return to a 7-day week without lockdowns.
I think we should go to a 7-day week phased easing. The measures were put in place not only to limit or prevent deaths, measures were put in place primarily to prevent the healthcare system from being overburdened. Preventing death, we understand that. But from the standpoint of public policy, it was about preventing the healthcare system and the social care system from being overwhelmed with cases.
Meanwhile, Dr. Martin opined on the wearing of masks.
Other masks and facial coverings with paper or cloth are effective in trapping our secretions, our droplets. So the medical chief of staff is correct. By wearing a facial covering that is absorbent, cloth, tissues, paper tissues, the paper towel type material has been shown to be effective in trapping our secretions so that others don't get into contact with our secretions. Now, having said all of that, I like the US CDC guidance, which goes like this, that you wear mask or facial cover where social distancing is not possible.
So in a supermarket, for example?
There you go. So persons who are walking by themselves, jogging, driving a vehicle, they're not a threat to anybody. We should continue to guide those persons, counsel those persons to take off their covers.
It was revealed this week that all 15 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in St. Kitts and Nevis have recovered. Andre Huey, Skn Newsline. If there is one team that consistently performs well each and every season, is the St. Paul's United Football Club. Each season, St. Paul's is virtually assured of a playoff spot by virtue of their consistent performance over the years. Under the tutelage of their storied coach Austin Deco Huggins, St. Paul's continue to achieve much success. Over the past 2 seasons, however, they changed to coach Iroy Kunga Jeffers, a tactician who is familiar with the St. Paul's setup, having served as assistant coach with Deco in recent years. Jeffers had success with Village Superstars as a replacement coach some seasons ago and brought this wealth of experience to St. Paul's. St. Paul's had a mixed start to the season, comprised of big wins such as an 8-0 thrashing of Premier League newcomers Security Forces, a 3-1 victory over St. Peter's, and a 1-1 draw to Garden Hotspurs. But if one thing is constant in St. Paul's, it's their defensive prowess, a trait Coach Jeffers know all too well.
Just the other day I was reflecting on the last training. I tell him the stats where they have 4 goals scored on us. That's the less goals on us. So we're doing good in defensive wise.
They find themselves comfortably in the top 6. They could easily push for the top 3 spot.
But St. Paul's began showing some cracks in what was considered their strengths. Even though they were getting points, they were also shipping in goals. No sooner would that defensive mettle be tested when they faced league leaders Rams Village Superstars.
Put away by St. Paul's only to the foot of a Village player. The shot comes in out along the ground and it's in the back of the net. And a beautiful shot, bad decision by the defender.
Despite losing that game, the heroics of goalkeeper Jamal Jeffers were not unnoticed. St. Paul's is a very resilient team. They never back down from a challenge, and even though longtime coach Deco is gone to Garden Hotspurs, it's hard to beat St. Paul's. Their blend of youth and experience is one very few teams in the Premier League possess. Even when they're down, they keep coming back.
They are a big community, a proud community, a community of great who have produced great footballers in the past and will continue to.
The best example of this is one of the matches of the season thus far, St. Paul's versus Keon. It was excitement from the very first kick.
Goalkeeper for Keon is off his line, but it's now with Freeman, and Freeman with a shot for goal! What a goal! Wow! Right. This is unbelievable. This have to be 2-1. Wow! The Keon fans have been stunned. Pull off some big saves, and especially here with Freeman on the ball. Let's go the hat trick. Unbelievable. 3-1. Just like that. It was SL Hotspot, St. Paul's Football Club. Dixon.
Val just coming on within 20 seconds of entering the field, being put to work, and he was beaten at his far post by Keith Freeman, who scored a hat-trick, a second-half hat-trick here by Keith Freeman for SL Hotspot St. Paul's to give them a commanding 3-1 lead.
Their star striker Keith Roy Freeman scored a stunning second-half hat-trick to give St. Paul's a 3-1 victory. His third goal is a beauty that is arguably contender for goal of the season.
If my memory serves me right, he is the leading goal scorer this season. And for every season for the last at least 3 years, I know for a fact, he has been in the top 3 goal scorers. Year in, year out, he has done it. He has won titles for St. Paul's with some of the goals he has scored.
St. Paul's may be ruining this break in football due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as they were on a good run towards the close of round 1 and the start of round 2. They are ranked number 4th in the table and are itching to get back on the field to continue their progress. The team from rural St. Kitts last held back-to-back Premier League titles in 2014 and 2015. They may now be thinking this year is their year once again.